Let's move on to this foolishness and let's talk about Jodie Sweetin clapping back at her former Full House sister, um, Candace Cameron Bure. Now, please hold while I pull up this picture, because, context. So the Tanner sisters are fighting again because Full House and Fuller House alum Jodie Sweetin is defending the 2024 Olympics opening ceremony after conservatives such as her former TV sister Candace Cameron Bure attacked a portion of the show featuring drag queens. Now, on Monday, Jodie shared two different posts on her Instagram stories, seemingly making a dig at her TV sister, Candace Cameron Bure, in response to Bure's take on a moment from the 2024 Paris Olympics opening ceremony. Now, during Friday's ceremony, some conservative viewers, including Bure, took issues with what they perceived to be a group of drag queens recreating Leonardo da Vinci's interpretation of The Last Supper. However, the moment was actually meant to depict the feast of Dionysius, a celebratory moment meant to pay tribute to the Greek gods of Mount Olympus, the namesake of the Olympic Games. Which is why I find it funny that there's been a lot of American people that keep saying, oh, well, what does this have to do with the Olympics and the children, the children? It's like, you do know that a lot of things have been taken from Greek mythology, including Catholicism. So she said, tell me you don't know about art history without telling me you don't know about art or history. This is what Sweetin wrote alongside a reel mocking those who misunderstood the moment and used it to perpetuate hate against drag queens. Bure was one of a handful of celebrities to complain about the moment, despite it never having been intended to represent the religious artwork. That's because Christian people just want to be outraged about everything and any damn thing because it keeps them in the news and it keeps them relevant. So she goes, it was pretty clear it was Dionysus who arrives at the table. Paris Olympics artistic director Thomas Joly said in a French language interview. Why is he there? Because Dionysus is the Greek god of festivities and wine and is the father of Sequana, the goddess of the Seine River. Sweetin also shared a post in her Instagram stories breaking down the history of the Feast of Dionysus, saying the drag queens of the Olympics were recreating the Feast of Dionysus, not the Last Supper, the post explained. And even if you thought it was a Christian reference, what's the harm? Why is it a parody and not a tribute? Can drag queens not be Christians? No, because anything homosexual is considered a sin. Anything outside of whatever they believe is a sin. But as we said in yesterday's video, and I'm not recapping that one because that one was a little long in the tooth. Y'all can get the recaps by watching yesterday's episode. But for the most part, it's just like, you know what? Some of these Christian people, the Candace Cameron type, y'all be some of the most judgmental, uptight SOBs that we've ever encountered. And y'all be the main reason why a lot of people, particularly homosexuals, turn their back on religion or the church because God says, come as you are, right? Or love thy neighbor as love thyself and all that other mumbo jumbo. But then when people show up as who they are, when people want to be welcomed, y'all thumb y'all nose up like y'all are, God's Messiah, like y'all his spokesbitch. And nobody died and made Candace Cameron Bure and her even loony ass brother, Kirk, the spokespeople of the Lord and Savior. So kudos to Sweetin for Jodie to come out throwing shade at her TV sister, who I believe she's always kind of throwing subtle jabs at her. It kind of makes me wonder. You know what? Also, I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Back in the day when they were on Full House together growing up, I wonder what Candace was like on set, being trying to get in the whole Hollywood situation. But then you got these uppity Christian folks. Was she always like that growing up? Was she a nuisance on set? Was she irritating everybody? What her religious beliefs? So he said, though Sweetin didn't call out Bure directly, first of all, she didn't need to call her out directly. We knew who she was talking about, especially with the timing. So she went and said, to watch such an incredible and wonderful event that's going to take place over the next 2 weeks and see the opening ceremonies completely blaspheme and mock the Christian faith with their interpretation of the Last Supper was disgusting. This is what Bure said in her Instagram video. Yeah, I just had to read it real quick because I don't want to have to subject y'all to her vitriol again. Y'all was tortured enough yesterday. Bad enough we get tortured with them horrible ass Lifetime movies and Hallmark movies and whatever that American Family Network movies that she be making. I don't want to have to torture y'all with her actual personality over on Instagram. She then edited the post with a follow-up, knowing that she wasn't buying the Dionysus explanation, and even she did, it was inappropriate in her opinion. So she's gonna go off and say what she wants to say. She's gonna double down. She's gonna stand 10 toes down on her beliefs, which is why, people like her cannot be reasoned with. They can't be bargained with. They're not willing to be open-minded and understanding people are different, and that the world does not revolve around Christianity and Catholicism. I think it's because I was going to say Christianity and Catholicism. It's like I mashed the words together where I said Christianity. I was lisping. But when it comes to Christianity and Catholicism, the world does not revolve around American religious beliefs. The world's a whole lot bigger. And the way that the Europeans handle religion and sexuality and celebration and talking about the Olympics and art and creativity, something that Candace plays in. She's supposed to be an artist, right? But the bitch don't know shit about art. And as somebody who went to film school, I had to take an art history class. So I had to learn about Leonardo da Vinci. I had to learn about Monet and Manet and, all the other artists and painters and sculptors and all those things because I had to take art history in college. So I'm glad that Jodie said what she said. And you know what? Came in and clap back that when she needed to. And look, at least out of the Tanner sisters, at least one of them paid attention in art class. So, excuse me, I've been gassy today. I feel this to say, what do y'all think of this story? Whatever y'all thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.